Today we're going to take a look at one of Lichtlaerm's overdrive pedals, and this one's called the Aesahaettr. The Aesahaettr. I don't know, I went on YouTube and watched a bunch of videos on it and tried to figure out how everybody was pronouncing it, and there's 100 ways everyone's pronouncing it. So I'm just going to call it the Lichtlaerm Aesahaettr. Let's get started. Well, thanks for joining me for today's video. I've always wanted to try out some of Daniel's pedals, and I've always heard really good things about them. So today we're going to start with one of his clean boost type pedals. So you have the boost side here, and then you have the EQ side here. So you could turn on just the boost and have just these two knobs activated, and as soon as you activate the EQ, all of these knobs activate here. So you have some tone sculpting or tone shaping tools here. You have kind of a tone stack. You have bass, low mid, high mid, and treble. And these knobs are really powerful. And one thing that's nice is you can find the center very easily because it kind of stops there. So that's kind of nice. And with the output on this thing, you can get up to 35 dBs of gain or boost. So when I say gain, I don't mean gain as in dirty gain. I mean boost, you know, push into the amplifier. So I have amps that are kind of different from each other that I'm going to dial this in with just to show you the versatility. I'm going to use the JP-2c Plus. I'm also going to use the EVH Stealth blue and red channels. So let's kick things off with the JP now. So here's what it sounds like without the boost, and then after that I'll engage the boost and show you how I dial in the pedal for this particular amplifier. All right, sounds good. I only have the output at top dead center, so or 12 noon, whatever you want to call it. So let's go ahead and dial that in now, and then we'll adjust the rest of the settings on the pedal. And the EQ is off. Unfortunately, with my camera, it's hard to tell when I turn it on. The light will just get brighter, but it actually turns like a different color, but you can't see that on the lens. So when you see me, you know, hit that switch, obviously I'm turning it on, but it is off right now. So let's go ahead and mess with it before we engage the EQ. Yeah, this cut knob is awesome. It really helps you kind of sculpt the low end of the amplifier and gives you that extra edge if you want it. Actually, I think I have it pretty good right now, so let me just fine tune these two knobs and then we'll engage the EQ side of things. That's a lot of output. I'm going to back that down. It started getting a little too glued together as far as the notes are concerned. So it's good that it's got a lot of headroom though. Let's engage the EQ and fine tune this. Dude, the high mids are great on this. It really adds that nice bite and texture. and that throaty kind of guttural thing. That's awesome. Let me show you. I'll turn it back down, turn it back up again. These knobs are freaking powerful. Sounds awesome. So let's mess with the low mids. Okay, so with this particular amp, the low mids aren't really working, so I'm going to leave them at noon. Maybe let's cut them a little. It added a little bit of muddiness to it when, when I turned them up. So, but that's what makes this thing so versatile. Some amps might really benefit from the low mid push, but with this particular amp, it's not so much. So let's cut them a little and see what happens. Man, cutting them just a little bit gave it even more nastiness. Treble should be at noon. Let's just mess with the treble and the bass. Man, this can get really gnarly if you want it to. Holy crap. Let me adjust some other things here. It sounds great, but there's a little bit too much snap on the top end here. Let me adjust it. Yeah, this thing could really turn your amp into something a lot more gnarly. Yeah, it's freaking pretty kick-ass. So I'm going to turn the pedal back off. So the boost and EQ sections are off on the pedal. So let's go ahead and hear the amp without the pedal first, and then I'll engage those things and we can hear the difference. Yeah, it definitely makes a pretty big difference, doesn't it? So I'm just doing quick dial-ins with this pedal. I could probably spend more time with it with each amp and really fine-tune things, but I'm just giving you a quick overview of the pedal with a couple different amps so you can see what it can do. So now let's switch to the EVH Stealth, and we're going to start on the blue channel and dial in the pedal for that. All right, we're starting on the blue channel on the EVH Stealth. Pedal is off. Let's engage it and dial it in. So let's, I'm going to turn this down a little bit on the cut. I think the output's pretty good. So let's mess with the top two knobs first, and then I'll engage the EQ section. All right, got it pretty good. So let's engage the EQ. Let me put everything back to noon on that and fine tune it from there. Yeah, the low mids that this pedal is putting out for the EVH also muddy it up a little bit. Again, some amps might really benefit from that, but I'll just take them back down. Man, just adding that teeny bit of treble really does give it a lot of texture and bite on the top end. I think this knob would be great for drop tuned guitars. So this guitar is, yeah, it's a 7-string, but it's standard. So I bet you if I had a lower tuned guitar, I'm not going to go get it right now, but that knob would really add that bark and that bite to it. That would be really necessary. So if you're a lower tuning player, this pedal might really benefit you a lot, because that teeny bit of extra, I just nudged the treble knob there. That teeny little bit of extra bite it gives you really does matter. Dude, that sounds freaking perfect. And I still have some headroom left on the output, so it's not all the way up. There's a little bit of headroom still there. And, you know, the EVH Stealth is a little tighter than the JP, so I didn't have to add so much cut to it. So yeah, that's kind of the settings I got right there. I bumped the high mids a little, pretty, substantially, I guess, because these knobs are pretty powerful, but just a hair on the treble, just nudged it. And I got a little bit of bass in there. So this really does matter. Let's hear it with and without the EQ. The EQ's on right now. I'll turn it off while I'm playing, and then I'll turn it back on. I hope the compression on YouTube doesn't hide what that EQ is doing. It's freaking amazing. So it's adding that little bit of extra aggression that I'm looking for. I mean, it sounds good without it, but as soon as you engage the EQ and get that little extra bit of texture and aggression, it really freaking makes a difference. So I really like that a lot. Now let's see how it sounds with the red channel. I'll just keep the settings the same and dial it in accordingly on the red channel, because the red channel is just freaking pure evil on the EVH Stealth. So let's see if we could boost it with this pedal without it getting too out of control. So I'll start with the pedal off, and then I'll turn it on while I'm playing. Okay, as soon as I turned on the EQ, it got really crazy, a little out of control. So I'll probably have to back down the treble and the high mids. So let's just balance this out and see if it works with this channel. All right, right away, I've noticed that with this particular channel, the low mids kind of smooth things out a little bit. And I, nudged the output down a little bit as well, and it seems to be less crazy. I mean, the red channel is nuts. So a lot of people would probably say you don't need a boost with the red channel, but I'm just boosting it with this pedal just to show you what it can do and see how versatile it is. So. All right, I think I got it sounding really good with the red channel now. So I just brought the treble down a little bit, just barely nudged the high mids, and I think the low mids helped out. And I took the cut down just a hair, and it smoothed it out and made it sound a lot more balanced. So I just basically like the pedal for the feel. It adds that great feel and response that I'm looking for. So let's hear it with and without the pedal now. Yeah, so again, quick dial in. I could fine tune it longer, but I just wanted to show you what it'll do. I mean, I actually kind of like this channel for rhythms anyways without the boost. It sounds really good. So let's just dial it in just for a couple more seconds. I think I can get this to work a little better with the amp in this channel. Okay, so when the EQ got engaged, it actually smoothed it out with the low mids, I think, and the little bit of bass that I put in there, because you can see I didn't nudge the treble at all, and the high mids are just barely in there. And I turned the output way down, and now I have the happy medium. I have that response that I wanted, so it's got that little bit more response, so it's a little easier to play, but it maintained the tone that I'm looking for, and it didn't get too raspy or too out of control. So yeah, so far this thing's really versatile, and it's working very well with all the amps. You just gotta, you know, think outside of the box a little bit and dial things in, not with your eyes, but with your ears and your hands, obviously, because you're looking for that great feel. Well, I have to say, I'm blown away by this pedal. I think it sounds awesome, and the feel is really good as well, and I think it lives up to the hype that a lot of the pedals have with Lichtlaerm Audio. I mean, Daniel makes some great pedals. This is my first time dealing with any of his pedals, but if all of his pedals are this good and this versatile, I'm really looking forward to trying out more of them. This thing is freaking awesome. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and by the way, I want to give a shout out to my favorite retailer, Motor City Guitar. They actually have this in stock right now. They only have one, and it's this one. They got it in on trade, and I don't know why anybody would trade this pedal in or get rid of it. I think it's awesome. So if you want this pedal, Motor City Guitar has it for sale on their Revv page. Go ahead and look them up under Motor City Guitar and place the order. They ship anywhere in the continental US, and they ship faster than anybody else. And Daniel, if you're watching this video, which I'm pretty sure you are, great job on this pedal, and I'm really interested in trying out more of your pedals, so please send them my way. I'd love to review them for you. Well, to all my Patreon supporters and subscribers, thank you guys so much, and I also want to thank everybody who's been purchasing my Quad Cortex, ToneX, and KEMPER preset and profile packs on my website, which is linked in the description of this video. Thank you guys so much. You really help keep the lights on here and help me continue to do what I do here. I really appreciate you guys, and I appreciate the kind words about the profiles and capture packs as well. You guys are really digging them, and that really makes me happy. I like that. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and click the bell so that you're notified every time I come out with a new episode or go live. I got a lot more stuff coming up for you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.